More trains on these tracks in Delaware. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 6. Our top story tonight is a public survey to help determine if more passenger trains should connect to Delaware, including here in southern Delaware.
Take a look here. DelDOT is already in the process of determining how feasible two potential passenger rail routes are. Now look at these. I'm going to talk you through them. Both start in northern Delaware, Wilmington and Newark, where there are existing train stations. You can see they go down kind of the middle of the state. Then one of the routes goes to the west down 13, Harrington and Seaford on there, but another takes a little bit more eastern route and takes you down through Milford, Georgetown, and eventually gets you to Berlin. Exciting stuff for people on the coast, and Coast TV News reporter Emma Aiken, she has been covering the story in Milford. That is one of the potential stops, as you saw. And Emma, tell us more about this survey.
Maddie, DelDOT says they want to continue exploring the overall expansion of the rail system here in Delaware. They want to determine if there's a demand for more passenger trains here in the state and the logistics of how that would actually work, and they want your opinion to help shape the future of downstate rail. These tracks could soon carry passengers. DelDOT wants to know if that's something the public would be interested in, so they've launched a survey to help gather input for the state's overall rail plan. DelDOT's curious if Delawareans like Jackie Rice would use a passenger train in the first state.
Certainly, because not everybody has a car like I do, you know, and if they need to get away to get around, it's a little bit more accessible to them and not, you know, half hour away. You know, then that would, to me, would be great for all the people.
Currently, DelDOT is waiting for approval of Step 2 of their Diamond State Rail Line study, where two scenarios have been proposed, shown here, connecting northern Delaware to Maryland's eastern shore, with stops along the way like Dover, Milford, or Seaford. DelDOT says the idea started as a way to address the shortage of viable transportation options in the state. But the state says this would require a lot of land, including acquiring some private land, something Richard Persner thinks could be tricky.
I think it'd be a good idea, as long as it don't involve taking my house for the tracks.
All of this is still in the planning phase, but for now, DelDOT is asking for your train of thought. Some of the questions on the survey include things like how frequently do you use the rail service here in Delaware and why you may or may not choose to use it. And that survey is open through January 31st, and we do have that linked in our article on coasttv.com. Reporting live here in Milford, Emma Aiken, Coast TV News.
The Diamond State Line, which is the map you saw with those potential routes, is currently waiting for approval from the Federal Railroad Administration. The administration would need to approve the statement of the work, the budget, and the schedule of the plan. All that has to be done before DelDOT can get into what service would actually look like.